Hello everybody, Lady Revan here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last time we left off, we landed on Tatooine. Cats stole my cookies and waved their tails in my face, and now my allergies are acting up. Yeah, so we defeated some Sith on Tatooine. That was interesting. We looted some stuff, got some more lightsabers. Go ahead and start up the game. And, oh, we spoke to Bastila some more. Wait. No, maybe. Dialogue I was hoping to get, which is why I brought her. Oh, hey there, Missy. It's hot. And there's more town. Hi, Missy. Oh. Okay, let's load up the Let's Play. Now that there's a cat on my lap again. Alrighty, let's go back to the docking area. Now that Bastila has spoken more. Again! Bastila, you just talked to us. Seems to have something on her mind. Perhaps you should talk to her about it. Speak to Bastila.
How can I help?
I'd like to get to know more about you, Bastila.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
Tell me about how you joined the Jedi, then.
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Revan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Discouraged? Why? So Jedi separate children from their families.
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't sound very convinced.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
Weren't you at good terms? You and your father were close?
Very close. I was only a little girl when I left my family, but I still remember him fondly. He was kind and gentle and doted on me. My mother, however, was different. I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
Never tried to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
You sound very sad when you say that. But if the Jedi were to love, surely it wouldn't be all that bad.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Alrighty. Okay, where are we going? No, that's not the way I want to go. Bastila, you got me turned around. I want to go this way. Wait. Missy. So, tiny one with short hair makes my allergies act up. Big one, I can bury my face in her fluff and I'm fine. And this one waves her tail in my face and instant allergies. Ah, Missy. Space Fortune. Yeah, who's lagging behind? Carth, come here. Missy. Okay, let's check the skin. Now that Basila has told us about her family, let's go back out again. Basila! Carth. Okay. Okay. That's just not happening. Okay, I think I need to go to a different planet. I thought I could do this on Tatooine. I thought this was the only one that you could do on the actual planet that it's on, but apparently not. So let's go land somewhere else. Back to Tatooine, I guess. And I'm saving because there's no way we're going to keep avoiding this fighter encounters. It's going to happen eventually, and then I'm going to have a panic attack because, oh my gosh, I hate fighter encounters. It's unnamed planet. Soon, I promise. But in the meantime, back to Tatooine. Fighters. This is the cutscene.
Incoming fighters. So bad. Oh, as the game. Okay, so that happens sometimes. It'll minimize when you get cutscenes. Just click on it again. It'll come back up. I'm going to minimize though, because I forgot to check what time we started on this, and I want to make sure. Okay, we're about 10 minutes in. Watch. Just checking time. Okay. Faster! And might as well cancel. Because why not? Okay, sure. Okay. Why is it not doing anything? Sorry for all this back and forth. Is there more dialogue that we have to talk to Basil about? Basil is just a chatterbox?
How can I help?
You wish to talk to me?
I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar.
You've been grading me.
I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continue to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable. But I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand.
What are you trying to tell me?
The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
Hi, Missy. You seem to know that temptation very well.
I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
I could never see myself doing such things.
And that is why the dark side is so insidious. If you are not careful, you do not even see each small step you take towards it until it's too late. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying.
Do whatever's required. Such as...
I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
I see no toe beans on the trackpad. Alrighty. I guess we're going back again. And I apologize for all this back and forth. I am aware that it is boring as heck. No, I don't want to exit. Cancel! I want to exit this menu. And I want to go back to Tatooine. Travel. Missy, you are making me hot. You are a warm kitty. Why again? I was hoping I don't have to fight fighters with a cat on my lap. Okay, good, I don't. She's purring. Purring cat. Oh, okay. Sweet. Actually, while we're here, let's talk to the
Yes,
other
what's on your mind?
companions about this planet. Know anything about this place?
Tatooine's just a desert planet. I hear the mining isn't going so well. I bet the colony gets abandoned before long. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
Okay, so they don't say nearly as much as Juhani does.
How can I help?
Oh, okay, Basil wants to talk more. Why did the Council send me with you on this mission?
Why? I could not accomplish this on my own. I need the aid of others, especially one who is strong in the Force. The bond between us made you a natural choice. Besides, the events on Taris prove that the Force wanted to bring us together for this mission, and there is little left to chance when the Force is involved. Is that not enough for you?
It just seems odd they would send me off without a master to guide me.
I admit, there were times that I wondered if this is more than just a mission to stop Malak. There were times when I wondered if this was also a way for the Council to test my own abilities.
I get the feeling that there's more going on than I know.
I wondered if the Council wanted to see how I would help and guide you on our quest.
Gosh.
I wondered if they were testing me to see if I was ready to become a Jedi Master myself. And then I realized how foolish such thoughts were. As the Council explained, sending a Master in our group would only have drawn unwanted attention from the Sith. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. The Council would not risk it merely to test me. They calculated the risks, and in the end chose the only option available.
I'm still not convinced.
You must learn to trust in the wisdom of the Council. Your destiny will come when its appointed time. You mustn't be so impatient.
Hey, you're the one who thought this was her big audition for masterhood.
Must you be so frustrating? I admit, I had a moment of foolish pride, but I'm over it. Now I am focused on my true responsibilities. I'm simply trying to help you and complete this mission, and yet you battle me at every turn.
What can I say? It's fun.
Fun? Fun? Driving me insane is your idea of a good time?
Careful. You look for your self-control.
I must admit, I simply don't know how to deal with someone like you. I don't know if I should be outraged that you keep joking about serious matters, or if I should be grateful that you can always lighten the mood. Come, let's move on. There's much to be done.
Okay, now let's talk
How can I
Astro
help?
off the planet. Good. Never mind.
Then I suggest we move on.
So you can't ask Basil about the planet. Oh my gosh. Solvar won't say anything about it anymore. It's not chic. Let's ask Mission.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Know anything about the planet we're on?
I always heard Tatooine was nothing but a rock covered by a bunch of worthless sand. I can't even figure out why Zerka Corp set up their mining operations here. Sorry I can't be more help, you know. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Nothing. Never
Okay,
mind.
have it your way.
Candy, talk to me.
Yeah, what do you want?
Ooh, I was wondering if you had any war stories.
I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan.
Tell me the story.
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail.
Ah, did it work?
Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
You disobeyed orders?
This is a chance given to a warrior once or twice in a lifetime. The chance to change the course of history in a single act. Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things. Is there something else you want to know?
Nothing for now. Or, do you know anything about this world?
Tatooine is one big desert, with rocks sticking out. I heard that some of my people came here after the war, but I don't know what happened to them. The world of my clan, Ordo, was much like this. Dust basins and rock crags. But my world at least has some green around the equator. This place is just sand all over. There are some vicious people on this world, but the desert is the real enemy. Trips out in the desert, especially the deep desert, should be taken very carefully. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
Hi. Nothing for now. Missy!
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Now she's sitting on my hand. There we go. What time is it? Okay, now Dasla and Carth. No, not T3. That's Carth. Okay. Okay. Now we should be good. There we go. That's what it's trying to do. No, that's not
Kenchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bogra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami nonok.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother?
Bona na kachu. Kicha badwang. Wanga kum kiba bu mulera. Kakin chak nawagawa bakon. Donk kiba nukunek. Tonga boksha nagnong.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Help you through, Dasla.
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tonki pa nagnonek. Tu nikton chun ki nemolek rabest. Uf mala nibokurk.
My mother's condition?
Tin umpa do punta krita. Ak ti kondo ona chaba chisa wanki. Ti toki grantu kon chi chan kun green kanchan tu pro. Bok wala no bok cha. Nichi kon chuva kin lorta ikakun.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bogra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami nonok.
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
Chachika don mulaka watayumaka wamahona nek. Ashantington unumani patoka wanakuna best chinga pala multonki.
I guess we should go see your mother, Basila.
Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she's really sick, well, we shall see.
Okay, that is why we need to complete some dialogues with Basila before we can get the thing to see her mother. Alright, to Anchorhead, for real this time. Oh, look, a Ronto. He's big. Who this person?
Please, will you help me? I have nothing left.
What do you need? I'm going to call. I'll help if I can.
Oh, thank you. I don't have anywhere else to turn. If you're down and out on Tatooine, you're on your own. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. Please, will you buy it? I don't need a handout. I just can't sell it to Faza without a license. Please, I'm worried about having it. They're so rare.
I wouldn't be able to sell it. I'm no hunter.
No? But you looked... I'm sorry, I thought you looked equipped like a hunter. Are you sure you're not going to be getting a license? I mean, you don't look like a farmer, and the only way to be allowed out of Anchorhead is to get a hunting license.
Where would I get a license? What's the cost?
Zerka Corporation sells them out of their office just south of here in the center of Anchorhead. That's where my husband got his. I think they charge 200 credits, but they've been known to make exceptions. Please, no one else will help.
Let's talk about what to do with this raid plate.
Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They're worth more than 500 credits.
Perhaps, I can't buy it, but I could take it and sell it for you.
I don't know. How could I be sure you would come back? Are you sure you can't buy it? Please.
Okay, so if your persuade is high enough, you can do this. If not, she won't let you, so let's see if the persuade works.
I guess I don't have much choice in the
It
matter.
did. Okay.
Here. I'll trust you with it. I'll be here. Please don't take too long. I need the credits. Maybe we can get started again. Maybe.
Okay. So if your persuade is high enough, you don't have to give the credits up front.
You're back.
I haven't sold it yet. I'll
Please
come back. I went to the wrong door. Hunting Lodge! Okay. Yeah. Cat hair in my mouth. Busy. I have something to sell you. I have to go then. Bye. Okay, let's ask around. Oh look, Tannis Ven, and this is why we have Carth with us. So if you're female, there's special dialogue with Tannis Ven, either with Carth, with Zalbar, or with a party member we don't have yet. So that's why we have Carth with us.
What can I do for you? Did my wife send you? This ain't about credits, is it?
I'm looking for experts, and you seem knowledgeable.
Well, of course, darling. Whatever Tannis Ven can do. You know, very few human females come to Tatooine.
Hey, you talk to her with a bit of respect in your voice, or you'll end this conversation minus a few teeth. Got it?
Hey, let's calm down, shall we? No offense was meant. You just go ahead and ask your questions.
And that's the little Carth bit. I'm looking for something. Who knows this planet best?
Well, darling, old Tannis might be just what you need. Unless you mean the dunes. I suppose only the Sand people really know them. It's serious business. I'm sure I can help you through it.
Relax, lover boy. Just answer my questions.
I'm sure I can help you. Ask away.
Have you ever seen sand people with anything odd?
Sure. My blood. They almost got me last year. Tore up 2 of my battle droids. Wife was mad about that. Took her weeks to fix. Where they got weapons to cut battle armor, I don't know. They act like animals, but they can surprise you.
Where did this happen?
I don't know. Pick a dune and walk. They'll get you soon enough.
What about the Jawas?
Smart traders. They've salvaged and sold me my own damaged droids once or twice. They don't say much I can understand. I think they're a little slow, but who am I to judge, huh?
I'm gonna ask who you are and what it is you do.
Sure you do. Tanis can tell you all about the thrill of the hunt. Man versus beast. It's all very exciting. What, specifically, would you like me to cover?
You're pretty forward for a married man.
Well, the wife doesn't really take much of an interest in my work. Not like you. Now, you have questions?
Ask him where the best hunting is, how long he's been a hunter, about the other hunters. Okay, tell me about the other hunters.
Uptight and cold, like my wife. They don't like me streamlining the hunt with droids. I don't fit in, but I don't let it bug me. The Gamorreans are different. Good rowdy drinking buddies. Kirk and his boys, they understand that hunting is a business. Of course, they hunt other things than raid, too. Just don't turn your back on them. Ever.
What are you suggesting?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just keep your eyes on them, that's all.
What about the hunters besides the Gamorreans?
Dorak is reasonable. Komad is a pain, but he keeps his distance. I can tell he doesn't like me much. Ask around the lodge if you want information about the other guys. I don't really talk to him much.
Dorak was also one of the Jedi Masters on Tatooine. The keeper of the archives. Where's the best hunting?
There isn't any. Too many hunters, not enough prey. I can barely keep expenses covered. Maintenance on battle droids is expensive. Of course, it's better than going alone. What if I stumbled on a bunch of sand people? These solo hunters are crazy.
You hunt with battle droids? Is that sporting?
I'm more the practical type, beautiful. I keep myself fed and make sure everything I have is taken care of. Some guys will talk about honor and stuff, but they still sell their plates to Faza. I guess honor needs creds, too.
Don't you need to take more kills to keep the droids running?
I suppose, but so what? When that resource goes belly up, I'll just move on. I'm just a wandering spirit, I guess. I'm not real popular with the others, but they just fool themselves. They're in it for the credits, too.
How long have you been at this?
Too long, but it beats smuggling. You ever run into a Sith dreadnought in the desert? No, you haven't.
You crossed paths with the Sith dreadnought?
Hell, I married her. No, seriously now. I had this friend that crossed Sith space and got stripped of everything. It's not like I have much now, I guess, but I still prefer sand people to getting ambushed on unproven trade routes.
Let's go back to my first question.
Fine, whatever you want.
I have to leave. Bye!
You hurry back any old time, darling. Any time.
So, wondering if we can grab Zalbar real quick. Ow! I just... Oh, my arm got... Anyway. Party selection. Vulkar. Add Big Z. Okay.
Hello again. Something else I can do for you? Slow night? Day? Whatever?
Oh, I can give you the credits before you decide to kill you.
Well, darling, old Tanis might be just what you need. Unless you mean the dunes. I suppose only the sand people... I'm sure I can help.
Okay. So I would have needed to have Big Z with us earlier. Party selection. Move. Grab Carth for now. And save the game. I'm going to end here because I'm exhausted and my allergies are awful because of cat in my face. Alright, as always, thank you for joining. If you liked this episode, please go ahead and drop a like. Please subscribe for future updates of this and other content. And I will see you next time.